Ravindra K. Gupta says that suicide is any self-destructive behavior that has intent to seriously damage oneself or cause death. Gupta also says that suicide is the second leading cause of death among adolescents. With that being said, it may be wondered, is there any way we can target suicide rates in schools and reduce them? Through a lot of research and studies done by many people, I found several different ways that we can reduce suicide rates in our schools. For example, two of the biggest ones that I found that were the most impactful were mental health professionals and mindful meditation. A study done by Keaton Maurer says that implementing meditation in public schools on a larger scale would have a positive benefit upon the kids involved. And another study done by the University of Minnesota said that using mental health professionals in schools can be a valuable investment in the well-being of children. With that being said, there are a lot of different investments that have been made to research and studies that show that there are a lot of different results that can happen from these solutions that we have. If we can push for these to be put into our schools, then we can ultimately help reduce the risk of suicide in our kids. There is a study done by the American Academy of Pediatrics that said that asking a student about their suicidal feelings in a calm manner can communicate that they are not alone and will not increase the chances of suicidal behavior. The AAP also said that talk therapy, teaching coping skills, and medication can all help. And with that being said, that brings us to our poster, which says that every 40 seconds someone loses their life to suicide. And it also gives us steps on how to help someone in a crisis. It says to reach out, listen, and seek help. And it has a lot of facts, and it just helps give insight on how we can reduce suicide risk. So, if we can push for suicide prevention resources in our schools, then we can ultimately help reduce the risk. The American School Counselor Association said that school-based suicide prevention efforts can prevent the development of suicidal thoughts and behaviors in youth. So, if we can push for suicide prevention in schools and help get mental health professionals and people who can listen and help and find resources for these kids, then ultimately we can help reduce the risk. And while counselors and suicide prevention help resources are helpful, another helpful resource I found was meditation blocks in our school schedules. The study done by Keaton Maurer says that children exhibited greater improvement in their memory and capacity to learn through meditation. So, if we put meditation and the mental health professionals together, then we can create something really good for our schools. We can help reduce suicide rates, and we can also help with teaching kids how to be better in school and that sort of thing. Maurer also, in his studies, found in Baltimore that school suspensions dropped to 0 after using meditation. With that being said, meditation can help a lot with our schools, as well as mental health professionals. So with that being said, we have a lot of resources that we can use to help with suicide rates. We can use professionals, we could use meditation. The possibilities are endless. The point is, we have to find something and we have to push for it to work in our schools. We have to help by putting this out there, and we have to push for it in our lawmakers, and we have to be firm about it, but we have to be peaceful about it as well. If you or someone else is dealing with a crisis in life, Remember, refer to the poster. Reach out to someone, have them listen to you, and seek help when you can. You are not alone.